Prepare to get gas because it's time for the Week in Gear! This week, Gibson pair with Joe Bonamassa on a new Epiphone, Ibanez makes me feel all tingly inside, and Jared James Nichols gets a new Blackstar amp. I just realised that all of the products this week are signature releases. This wasn't by design, and I found out after I'd chosen them, and it's quite surprising how common this is at the moment in the gear world. It doesn't take away from the fact that every piece of gear deserves to be on this list, and that they are very exciting. This week is sponsored by Pedaltrain. More about them in a bit. Let's kick off this week's most exciting guitar gear releases with a signature Overdrive pedal. Rockett have partnered with Phil X, yes, that Phil X, to bring us Phil's signature overdrive and booster in one pedal, the PXO. I met Phil at Guitar Summit in Germany just this week, and we made a video about the pedal. That's going to be available on the channel soon, but until then, here's the lowdown. The PXO is an overdrive and booster in one box, with the booster having a tilt EQ, and there's also a switch to put the boost before the drive or the drive before the boost. Very versatile. In the chat with Phil, I asked him what the pedal was based on, and his response to that was, one sound is called the holy shit, and the other side is called the what the f***. I think that's what he said. I generally can't remember because what he said was a bit of a blur, and I just remember being there and having a great time and smiling and trying to keep up with him. I really recommend that video when it comes out. Phil made the pedal sound great, of course, but I will get one in the studio so that you can hear what it sounds like if it's not Phil X playing it. Also in the chat, he played some Bon Jovi through the pedal for me, and it genuinely gave me goosebumps, but that also might have been due to his amazing charisma and energy. It was both enlightening and uplifting, but also exhausting in the best way. Back to the pedal, being a Rockett, this is definitely a high quality piece of gear, and it's been road tested by Phil for quite some time, so it's definitely not just a rebranded drive with Phil's name stuck on it. That is what it is not. I went all Dr. Seuss then. It's quite costly at 399 notes, but I'm looking forward to seeing if that price is justified. More to come very soon. Jared James Nichols is a beast of a man and a beast of a guitar player. And I didn't get to meet him, sadly. But last week at Guitar Summit, he unveiled his new JJN-50 Amp and JJN-50 plugin with Blackstar. Yeah, I didn't get to meet him or plug into the amp or try the plugin out at the show, but the hype around it around the show was huge, and it sounded phenomenal at the live show that Jared James Nichols did. I'm going to focus mainly on the amp today, but know that the plugin has the features of the amp plus Jared James Nichols pedal board and a bunch of other stuff, and there's a free trial available. So at the very least, you get a free trial today, and you should visit Blackstar. I'll put a link in the video description and first comment for that. The JJN-50 is a 50-watt 2-channel amp, which seems to be based around the St. James amp and his previous JJN-20R, also from Blackstar. It's got a built-in reverb, a blues power boost circuit, a load box with 3 cab simulations, plus Blackstar's cab rig software. Also available is the JJN-212 VOC, which is a 2x12 lightweight speaker cab, and that's fitted with mismatched speakers. There's a Celestion G12 T75 and a Celestion Zephyr speaker, and that thing is crazy light. I also truly dig the color, as it's some sort of British racing green. I'm not actually sure what they call the color. Probably should have looked that up. It's green. I like it. Anyway, the tones they go from a clean through blues and definitely into a very hot blues and classic rock sort of style, maybe even further into higher gain, and I'll find out soon. The cab is coming in at around 699 notes, whereas the head will set you back just over 1,000 notes. So this is definitely not a budget amp, but if it sounds anything like what Jared James Nichols made it sound like, then this is something special. Speaking of special, it's now time to talk about our sponsor, Pedaltrain. Pedaltrain boards are strong and light because they're made from hand-welded aircraft-grade aluminium. Does this mean your pedal board can fly? Well, no, but a nano-sized board can fit in your hand luggage, and if you go for the Turra 42, the sky's the limit. Whatever your pedal board needs are, Pedaltrain will have something to suit you. Check them out at the link below. Now, this is the part where I say, if you're enjoying this weekly show, then there could be others that would enjoy it too. So why not share it with them? Post it, squeaky, post it on your social media, get that show shared out there, which is harder to say than it may appear. And let's get some more views so I can get some more interesting gear coming your way. Anyway, on with the show, I guess. Up next is a very funky thin line offset from D'Angelico and Giacomo Turra. This new signature guitar is based around the D'Angelico Bedford, but comes with a Supro Goldfield pickup in the bridge and two Tele-style pickups in the middle and the neck. Now, this is a limited edition guitar, so if you've fallen in love, go and get one now, because I've heard that they are selling pretty well already. And I got to meet Giacomo at Guitar Summit. Boy, I'm just going to pick up these names that I've dropped. There we go. Yeah, so I met Giacomo and I made a video with him, and he flew around the fretboard like a man possessed. The finish is peppermint with nickel hardware, and the body is made of mahogany, but it's got a set-through C-shaped maple neck, which is 24 3/4 in scale. That's a 14-inch radius bound ebony fretboard. It also comes with a Wilkinson trem system, 1 volume, 1 tone, and a 5-way blade switch. And if you need to get the gigs, don't worry, comes with the gig bag. I got to have a go at it at Guitar Summit and tried my hand at using Giacomo's sort of trademark funky slap rhythm technique, which is, and then he explained it to me, and very slowly, to like I was a 5-year-old child. Thank you, Giacomo. And it is as hard as it looks, but also as rewarding. I'm going to work on that. I don't think I'm ever going to get it, but I'm going to get something in that vein. It was really fun. Anyway, the guitar sounded punchy and bright, but also full, and unplugged it was quite loud due to the fact that it's semi-hollow, and it was definitely classier than a walrus wearing cufflinks. I'll admit I was quite disappointed to see that this is limited edition, so I hope that it sells really well and then becomes a permanent fixture of the D'Angelico catalogue, because the pickup configuration in this seems to be the most versatile in the Bedford series. I think that the other offerings are good, but this one seems to offer something extra. So I hope that they continue it, because it would be a shame to lose that. The guitar is available now, and it's going to set you back just over 1,000 notes. Epiphone have released a signature Les Paul with Joe Bonamassa. Nothing new there, but this time I think they've nailed the price point. The Joe Bonamassa 1955 Les Paul Standard Copper Iridescent could be my favorite Epiphone Les Paul for quite some time. Definitely of this year, and there have been plenty recently. Specs are fairly straightforward for an Epiphone Les Paul and pretty much what you'd expect. There's a mahogany body with a maple cap. There's a custom 59 rounded C mahogany neck with a laurel fretboard. There's 22 medium jumbo frets and a Graph Tech nut, plus an Epiphone lock tone tunematic bridge and stop bar. For me, the fun starts when you get to the electronics, because I always picture Les Pauls with humbuckers, but these are Epiphone P90 Pro pickups with the classic 2-volume 2-tone, but there's CTS pots with Mallory capacitors, and it's 50s wiring in this one. I can see my own hair falling out of my head. You also get a brown and beautiful pink case with gold Bonamassa Nerdville graphics. I genuinely dig this guitar, and at first looks, it looks brown and boring. But then as you look closer and as it sort of moves in the light, there's a sort of translucent Coca-Cola sort of color, and that's due to the gold metal flake in the finish. It's kind of like a really dark gold top. And maybe I've been drinking too much of their Kool-Aid recently, but I love how this Les Paul looks, and I was truly surprised by the price. Judging by Epiphone's recent signature models, this one could have been priced at, say, 1,200 notes and not shocked anybody. However, you can pick up this rather odd-looking Les Paul for under 900 notes, and I think that's maybe top of the reasonable price range that Epiphone should be asking, and this is a signature model, which adds a bit more on top, and due to its unusual color, I foresee it possibly coming down in price after a few months of being on sale, so you never know. I definitely want to get my hands on that neck and hear those P90s, and if you want to pick one up, why not do it now and let me know? Then there are links in the video description and first comment And then, of course, comment on this video or just send me a message on Instagram if you like and say, hey, Andy, I bought that Joe Bonamassa Les Paul and it was, and then complete the sentence. No prize, just, you know, it'll help me. Thanks.
Andy's Pick of the Week.
Yes, another signature model takes the place of my Pick of the Week this week, and it is the Ibanez Manuel Gardner Fernandez MG-FM10. Nice and short, Ibanez. Thank you. This is truly one of the most beautiful guitars I've ever seen. And if the pictures don't do it justice, seeing it in the flesh or in the wood changed everything for me. This guitar is part of the Ibanez Headless Q series, but Manuel has spec'd this to his liking, and I think he's done a stellar job. There's a quilted maple top and a Niato body, a parallel wizard 3-piece roasted maple and bubinga neck, a roasted bird's eye maple fretboard with mother of pearl inlays, and those are 24, so that's 2 octaves of jumbo stainless steel frets. As for the pickups, they are passive ceramic Q58s from Ibanez, and there's a 5-way selector and volume and tone, and that alter switch. Let's just take a moment to have a look at it and appreciate its beauty, because back to the Guitar Summit chat, which this episode seems to be full of. I mean, I did spend a whole weekend there, and it was amazing. I fell in love with this guitar when I saw it, and almost, it's one of those, oh, guitars. Like, it touched me deep inside. And then I found out it was Manuel's signature and realized that I was going to be sitting down with him and having a chat about it. So I absolutely got to fill my boots. Anyway, when I sat down with Manuel, the ergonomics and the color choice, which is obsidian black low gloss and then a sort of deep red with gold hardware, just answers the question, what would happen if a guitar put on an Iron Man suit? There is a tiny chance that I won't buy one of these because I think it absolutely nails it, and I've been looking for a Q Series Ibanez for a while, and I'm not sure if the pickups are going to do everything that I want. However, that look is going to make me smile and feel important every time I pick up the guitar, and that's why we play guitar, right? For smiles and looking good. Anyway, as soon as you saw the photo, I'm sure that you either loved it as well or hated it. I doubt there's many people who are going to say, meh, it's okay. So I'd like to know what you think of it, and let me know in the comments down below. This Q Series is even up for my Guitar of the Year, but I need to spend a bit more time actually playing it rather than looking at it to decide that fully. The Ibanez MG-FM10 is going to cost you about 1,300 notes, and if you've played the Quest series before, I think you're going to love this. And if you haven't, why not take a walk on the wild side and try one of these next time you enter a guitar store or accidentally go on the internet with your credit card in your hand and feel a bit saucy. Thank you to the wonderful people that support this show on Patreon. Their names are up on the screen now. Hello, everybody. And these people support the show right here on YouTube. Hello to you as well, and thank you as much as I thank the first bunch of people. As always, if you want your name up on screen, then click the join button right here on YouTube or visit my Patreon link in the video description. And if you really want to get on a list, this is the list to be on. Here's a special thanks to the top tier members. Alinta Boston, April Hughes, Buddha Blue, Boom Shakalaka, Buzzlel, Dirk, Doug Paget, Hugh G. Rection, Johnny McBadminton, Michael Myclute Lerner, Pop's Place. This prank is officially sponsored by Jason Welch, Andrew Morgan, Dustin Bonney, Gary O'Neill, Josh Tamberg, PQ Deads, Robin Kelly, Sarang Narayan, and Southern Panda 33. Did I get him? Yes. Oh, a week without Twig and I lose my lung capacity. Thank you, top tier members. That's very kind of you. I appreciate you greatly. Remember, you don't need any of this gear to sound good, but who am I to decide that for you? And yeah, you only live once. So, there was like an Andy's lesson there, but it's failed. It fell off. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!